Doctor, welcome to the party. Please, sit.
I am running out of things to say in reply to such sentiments. Please get on with it. The theatrics are so repetitive.
But I have a surprise for you. The man upon whose foundations I have built my utopia. He's not a military man, but he enjoys association with them. He's a man of peace, who loves the ways of violence. Am I getting warmer?
I know who it is. Are you going to show him to us?
Of course.
Run! Run before it's too late for you!
I'm sure it's a message from someone, but the poetry seems vague. If you're going to signal to someone, why wouldn't you say what you wanted to say in straightforward terms?
Of course! The medium is the message.
Sorry?
It's like the SETI program, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence reference. Bit redundant in the light of all this, but still, those lads over in California aren't really looking for it. Take us to your leader. They're after the right style of medium, a powerful, focused transmission. What it actually says is probably incomprehensible anyway, but that's what's happening here.
You mean we're being signalled by aliens?
Oh, no. What I mean is that it isn't the words that are important. It's the way they're being communicated. And I can see what the pattern is, too. I hadn't thought of it in these circumstances. This is a chaos equation at work.
Chaos equation?
Yes, a totally irregular pattern that takes on complex cycles of regularity, like this poetry. There's a sort of structure in there, but it's impossible to fathom totally.
That's why it seemed to be an excerpt from a much bigger body of work. A chaos equation never ceases, does it? The poem would go on forever.
The words aren't very important then. The rhythm's the thing. Saul, take a look at this.
I can see the equation, but I have no mathematical knowledge beyond simple counting. What am I to do with it?
Just feed in the values at one end, and the values that come out the other, use them for the number of syllables in the line. And do it quickly. This isn't my field, I'm an old-fashioned topographer. I have trouble keeping this in mind.
Yes, I see. Now, one moment. I have signalled back. I did not employ words, but simply sent a carrier wave, as it were, out with the same complicated beat.
Any reply?
Yes. More of the poem. And this is different. I would think that you will find this even stranger than the previous verses. It seems to be...
Improvised. In other words, a message.
Yes, my thoughts exactly.
Take them both. Lock them up with their companion. His stories will serve as an inducement to tell us everything.
What have I got to tell you? This isn't real, you know.
This is hell, young lady. And I feel that it is my duty to torture you both. Forgive my theatrics. They make me feel better about something I regard as my most unfortunate duty. Of course, you have nothing to tell me. Neither did he.
To get to where I've gone ahead, you need to find the human's head. Go out to where he lays down dead, and call me in the morning.
The poetry. It must be from the Doctor. That last line is a signature in the form of a pun, unless he really expects morning to arrive. I think he must be talking about the dead body, mourning in the wake of death, rather than mourning.
Right, well, where's this body we're supposed to be after? We've only seen these two.
Saul, make a search, as you did when little Sarah Powell was lost in the marshes.
Indeed. I was able to locate her from the faint mental activity left as the soul passes on. I shall do the same now.
I always feel so lonely when he does that. It's odd not to have him here. Tell me, are you hungry?
Not particularly in the circumstances, but I'm sure the baby will wake and must be. She should be wailing her head off.
I'm glad that she isn't. All I've got is some tinned food for Oxfam.
There is life here. Two souls, somewhere on the lunar plane, somewhere over these low white hills, lost in the blinding earthlight. Finding them both will be difficult. It is so lonely for them. How so far away the Earth is. I can hear the panic, the confusion. Ernest is getting old and has no children. What will I do if he is to die? There, an astronaut. Like a cluster of fireflies gradually fading away. Who had this been? Some companion of the doctor's or an enemy? There are traces of associations. How to return it to the church? I can barely get my own bells to ring on Sundays. This will take some time. Ernest, I have found a head.
Good. Right?
Right. Where is it?
On its way. I need to ask you a few questions, Peter.
Fire away.
If the church doors were to open, what would happen?
Well, in normal circumstances, we'd be dealing with explosive decompression. We'd all die in a very messy way. However, since I doubt this structure is strong enough to remain intact against the internal pressure of the air, not to mention the fact that it's not exactly airtight, I'd say the oxygen envelope is maintained by a highly advanced science around the building. Opening the door shouldn't make any difference, I hope.
Good. Having got the momentum going, I didn't want to slow it down.
Oh, Saul, why doesn't it have a body?
Right, let's get out of here.
Where shall we go?
This pit thing. The real world.
And how do we avoid the Timewyrm? How do we distract it so that it doesn't know where we are?
Don't know.
No, you don't. So we shall wait.
Very well. Who's first? I say...
No, don't take me. Take her instead. She's young. She'll hold out longer. It'll be more of a challenge. Please.
You lying bastard.
Yes, well, I'll take your advice, Doctor. If such betrayal adds to your mutual discomfort, I'm sure it's in my job description. Guards, take her away.
She could be right, you know. You terrify me sometimes. I suppose you have a plan? Perhaps. How did this happen? I was meditating in my hut, trying to get through to you, as always. You did. Too late. Perhaps. And I was lured off the path, over a period of time. It took months for me to realize, months of contemplation. Something very far in the past was troubling me. Thoughts of the past enraptured me, seduced me. My own guilt was calling me. Guilt. Yes. Do you remember the Inferno project? Yes, of course you do. Well, that was my first full experience of an alternate time stream. Professor Stallman, the Brigadier, Liz, all of them were duplicated. Now, I thought that I didn't exist in that world, or hadn't been exiled to Earth at any rate. I thought that perhaps that had been the divergent factor, that somehow it was the lack of my presence that had led the world into fascism. Such pride. Pride hasn't left me in this afterlife of ours. Much as I've tried to purge myself of it, I knew that there was something I was missing, some distant memory that eluded me. Yes, I got that feeling. My guilt is... No, let me finish, old chap. This is important. I'd been exploring my memories, searching for that vital piece of information that was troubling me. The truth came to me as I sat there. It occurred to me that, in the fascist Earth I glimpsed, there were posters of a man, their great leader. Old chap, it took me so long to realize. That face was one of those that I had been offered at my trial. Yes, I understand what you must have gone through. Do you? Yes, I suppose you do. At the moment I realized that, I was seized by demons, fearful creatures of the mind, as the Buddha describes them. Anywhere else they'd be metaphorical, illusions of guilt or hubris. Here, they can be all too real. They dragged me off. And you let them, because they were your own demons, your own nightmare. You didn't resist. No, indeed not. I should have realized, tried to control them, but I was in such torment. They imprisoned me, or perhaps I did it myself. They left me bound and erased by little Acre, before I could tell you. Inferno indeed. Very neat. I wonder how much say the Timewyrm had in structuring the alternate reality. It certainly left us vulnerable. In your meditations over the years, have you discovered any more of the machine code? Yes, a considerable amount. Have you met any of the others? Yes. The original me. Is he still looking for the daisy? Yes, but he insists it's a rose. He understands more about manipulation than any of us do. After all, he's been here the longest. Perhaps you should listen to him. Flowers. Only useful at funerals. No. Very well. What do we do now? What any rational being would do? We sing.
He looks like an army officer.
Perhaps I should deal with this. I have had some experience with death.
No, if the doctor wants us to make use of this head in some way, well, I think that's my job somehow.
Submachine guns. Normally I get somebody else to do this, but here, the difference would be purely perception.
Why are you doing this? Why do you want to bully other people?
Tie her to the chair.
Well, I think we should... of course. Contact. Contact.
There seem to be deliberate instructions contained in the words this time. Reverend, you're not going to like this bit.
I think that this dead brain contains a clue. All electrical energy has not ceased. Tiny memories will still be intact. And, as you can see...
Ugh! The eyes blink.
There is a connection to wherever the doctor has gone.
Saul, can we talk to him?
No! This man is dead. His soul has passed on.
Ernest, his soul has gone, but not as we believe it should. It is still within human grasp. Thus, in a way, you could say he is not dead at all.
But
Please, Reverend, this is Ace's only chance too, and I'm not prepared to let it slip by over a point of theology.
very well. Do as you will, Saul.
We shall talk about this later. Emily, this may be a little unpleasant.
No, it's okay. There isn't time for distaste.
Then put your forehead close to the head in the helmet. Your power and mine will suffice.
Come on, girl. Scream. Scream, damn you, scream!
Get on with it. Go on, you stupid man. Kill me. Go on, see if I care.
Well done, old chap. Oh, it's not over yet.
What is this? What error has Hemmings made? Letting the doctors talk to each other should have only increased their mutual despair. The virus should have neutralized any disruption. Damn them. He has given himself some time.
So, what's happening?
Doctor? Duh. He's gone.
Hemmings, what happened?
The doctor did something. Changed the world.
I know that. Go in peace.
My arms. My legs. Why can't I feel them?
This can't last long. Ask him where the doctor is.
Listen, we've saved you from wherever you were. There is no hope left for you. Please, tell us where the doctor is.
Doctor. In hell. My hell. My name is Rupert Hemmings, Lieutenant. Hail Hitler.
Damn, stupid.
Emily, calm down.
Rupert Hemmings, may Christ who called you take you to himself. May angels lead you to Abraham's side. Give him eternal rest, O Lord, and may your light shine on him forever. Amen.
Well, I do believe we've done it, old chap. Ah, lovely jacket. What a nice thought. Could have made the cuffs a bit longer, but nobody's perfect, eh? Come on, the zone is changing. We must be gone before she wakes. Where are you going, old fellow? To the pit. Oh dear. I was hoping that you wouldn't say that. So was I. Beneath the pavements, there's a beach. Let's go for a stroll. Time to pay the ghosts.
Trisha? What are you doing here?
Hiya, Dory. I've just been talking to your mum. She made me a cup of coffee. She's really ace, isn't she?
Really what?
Really sweet. She was talking about how your dad was working hard to get you through a nice holiday in Tenerife this year.
Great. Yeah. Looking forward to it.
Maybe you'll find yourself a fit Greek waiter.
Great. Wait a minute.
I never really listened to what Mr. Freeman said in geography. He was far too sexy for me to pay attention to maps and things.
All you think about is boys.
So do you. I saw you looking at Simon when they were playing Unchained Melody the other night.
I wanted to dance. He was with Elaine, though, and she's older than he is. A lot. He's 20 and she's 23.
That won't last then. You coming out?
Sure. I look a bit of a mess, though.
You look fine. You look like that girl in that film.
What film?
You know the one. The one with the record by that guy. Oh, no.
Give us some change, love. Don't know where to sleep tonight.
Can't you just get a job then?
Nah, you need an address to do that, and I...
Well, you ought to get one then, oughtn't you? Look at him. He can afford to tattoo that thing on the back of his hand, but he's asking us to give him money. My mum says that they're all child molesters, those. Did you see he has a big painter thingy on the back of his coat?
Did he?
Don't look back. He might come after us.
Well, what do we do now?
I don't know. I feel as if Ace and the Doctor are a bit better off because of what we did, but I don't know why.
Something has changed. Something about the nature of the transmission.
You're still getting it?
Indeed. In its old version, without the extra power or lyrics. But it seems clearer than it originally did. As if some interference had been removed.
Well, that's good then, isn't it?
What is going inside Hemming's area? Is the Doctor there? If not, where has he gone? The map is flexing and he is nowhere.
Look, I want to go to the library first.
The library? All right. Lovely. So, what you looking for in the kids section, Dory?
I'm not sure. Don't I know her over there?
Look out. It's takeaway.
Oh, God, she saw me.
Okay, I hope she doesn't come over here. I mean, I'm not prejudiced, but, well, she smells, doesn't she? And it's like my dad says, they don't really like us, are they? They're always going on about that music of theirs that all sounds the same.
Shut up, Trisha. I found it. I was 21 years when I wrote this piece. I don't feel my age. I don't feel like Ace. Ace, that word again. I mean, I don't go to church or anything, but I suppose I believe in God. Chapter 1, Little Dorrit. The ferryman slid his pole into the brackish water and pushed. The punt moved forward.
Are you going to pay me?
He asked, his voice cultured and full.
I mean, it is traditional, and I think in this situation, we should respect the tradition.
Oh, do get a move on, there's a good fellow. We haven't much time.
Time? If we had world enough in Timewyrm, I'd show you my lodgings. My study's full of information. But that's what studies are for, isn't it?
That's why I asked you to meet us. We were investigating the Matrix. While Ace has this place in chaos, you can get me to where I want to go. He knows just about as much as I do. You could have found a boat with an engine at least.
An engine? An engine which would disturb the water. Interesting not only what's in the water. Do you know what's in the water?
My dear chap, I seldom venture onto the rivers between the zones.
Well, perhaps you should. In these rivers live things that I wouldn't joke about. They form a basic barrier between zones. A security system to prevent the occupants meeting.
I dare say. That might be a very good idea. You kept the Timewyrm out of your sector?
Did I?
How?
Oh, well, you know, I just keep on my toes. How are you going to defeat it, Doctor?
I don't know. Not yet.
Well, if you ask me, and I mean, I'm not the greatest expert about this sort of thing, but I've been around a bit.
Oh, stop prevaricating and get on with it, man. I've explained the nature of the problem to him.
I'd say that you need to fight the Timewyrm on its own ground, so to speak. It's a fundamental principle, after all. The universe has adapted to it, perhaps even used it to bring the blue shift closer. You might as well put on full armor and attack Banana Split or a donut.
Unless...
Exactly. Oh, we're here.
The Central Zone. Here be dragons. Good. You'd better get back. You to your zone, and you... What are you going to do? What I should have done a long time ago. Fight the Timewyrm when I have to. I'd like to assist that young lady. She's not mine. She may not be rescued. I forbid it. She's facing the same situation that you did. That we all did. Yes, I was just wishing, old fellow. Perhaps I was wishing that somebody had helped me to face my demons sooner. Then we wouldn't be in this mess. I doubt it. We all have our crosses to bear. I have the feeling sometimes that I'm being taught a hard lesson.
He turned and without a word of farewell strode forward into the central zone. The two occupants of the barge watched him depart.
I'd better be going,
said the ferryman.
Shall I take you back?
Yes. Tell me, when you give such good advice, why do you act like such a fool?
When a wise man gives 3 better counsel, give me mine again. I would have none but knaves follow it, since a fool gives it.
I have taken too little care, haven't I?
Mused the third doctor quietly, catching the illusion.
Yes.
The ferryman let his answer hang in the chill air for some time as he paddled away. After a while he added, more gently,
Perhaps we all have.
I thought you'd never finish. Come on, we're going out tonight, remember?
But I'm not.
Then why are you wearing that dress? And don't touch your mascara.
I found this book. I don't think that children's stories have much to offer us now. We're such a long way from home.
I don't know. Most parables are children's stories, you know. Forgive me, Emily, you were only doing what you thought was necessary.
That's not a good excuse. It never has been. We should be asking you to forgive us.
We'll regard it as mutual, then.
Oh, I almost forgot. The doctor gave me this. Ah, it's red hot.
Oh dear. Strange things are happening again.
Old friend, I see what you meant. I see what your words mean. Protect me now, or I go into the dark.
My child, my elder, and my contemporary. How fare you?
Badly. I've left her, deliberately. She may stay there. I don't know what her situation is, and I can't control it.
There are always things you cannot control, Doctor. You chose your way, and now she must choose hers. She is good.
Yes.
And the Timewyrm is evil.
Yes. Evil beyond anything I imagined. It may be immortal, beyond my ability to destroy it. I might lose this time. I might lose the battle, lose her.
C'est la vie. 1 life for billions? Isn't that a reasonable cost? It's the same thing. I wish I could offer you advice, Doctor, but this is the realm of dreams, the place of dread and conflict. I simply have no power here.
And you're not real either. You're just a fiction of my invention.
True, but just because people aren't real doesn't mean that you can't talk to them.
Ooh, he's nice. He's well lovely.
Yeah, sure.
What, you don't think he's cute?
He's okay, if you like them like that.
What do you like then?
I like to dance. I want to be free, to do what I want to do.
What are you saying? You want to dance to this crap? God, you must be pissed.
I'm saying... I don't know what I'm saying. I think I want to go.
What a time to throw a wobbly. Come on then, we better follow her, girls.
Traitors. Here, I am not!
Big professor, dangerous man, great hero. Aren't you strong? Only a little way to go now, eh?
You found me. How? I thought...
You thought we wouldn't know where you were going? We know everything, me and my angel.
You are being used. The Timewyrm is using us all, playing us against each other.
Somebody help me.
Come here, Packy.
Oh no.
Come on. It's best not to get involved. She was asking for it anyway. They're probably all friends of hers. Dory, come back!
Oi!
What's up, darling? You want to join in?
Yeah.
Why, you bitch!